Detroit Lions fans, what is up? Stephen Will back with Detroit Den 313, ready to talk about some stock today. Stock risers and fallers, Steve. You got some juicy things up your sleeve today. How you feeling about today's show?
I think this is a pretty cut and dry show. This is our weekly hot or not stock watch, whatever you want. Hey, we're looking for names for what you guys want us to call this segment. All right, the best comment is what we will officially name this weekly segment that you guys will be seeing after every Lions game. So leave it in the comments what you want us to call this type of show. William, here's the thing about stocks. All right, now listen, I am not retired. I'm not a business trader or anything like that. But
Steve Buckbit?
If I were any type of Buffett, it'd be more like a buffet. Okay. The thing about stocks is they could change. Sometimes they're through the roof. You don't want to buy, you want it to come down a little bit and then gain a little bit of money, a little capital.
Yeah.
So with that being said, William, who are you buying?
Who am I buying?
Yeah. Whose stock is real low right now, but you think by the end of the year you'll be selling a winner and making some money, some investment.
Ooh, I'm glad you rephrased the question because I was going to go in a different direction. That's easy. I'm buying that Tim Patrick stock.
You get that for a penny.
Yeah,
get it for a penny, sell it for a nickel. Hell yeah.
That's that penny stock, man. I think that penny stock is gonna pay some dividends, man. I feel like we don't have a true wide receiver 3. Now, Khalif, I don't look at him as a wide receiver 3. I look at him as a utility man. He just does everything. You want to return some kicks, he'll return some kicks, some punts. You want him to take a screenplay, you want him to rush from the backfield. Anything you need a guy to do, he'll get out there and do it. But to label him a true number 3 receiver, I wouldn't do that. I think Tim Patrick could be a guy that comes in and down out, could be a number 3 receiver, number 3 weapon for us. He could do what you were requesting him to do the other day, which is go up and get a jump ball. He obviously can stiff arm Buccaneers players down to the ground like they're children. The dude's got a little bit of game. I feel like this could be an opportunity for him to show his skills now that he's got out of the away from the Denver Broncos, and I think he's in a place where he can get an opportunity to shine. How you feeling about Tim Patrick?
I said in our post-game show, man, there was some times in the red zone where I didn't understand why we didn't at least throw a jump ball just to see, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to lose? Like, are we just going to keep doing little option pitches to Gibbs and losing 4 yards, or can we take a shot with Patrick and see if maybe either 1, he catches it, 2, he at least breaks it up, or 3, maybe we get a pass interference in the end zone. Like, there were so many different options, so many different possible outcomes. Instead of losing 4 yards, why not throw it up? This is the biggest receiver on the team. This is why we signed him. This is why we brought him in. I'm with you. I think he is a true wide receiver 3. Khalif Raymond, you got to be careful, man, because there's some people out there who are loyal to Khalif Raymond, and there's diehard people with number 11 tattooed on their bodies somewhere that just don't believe that Khalif Raymond isn't a wide receiver. But
listen, right. I'm not going to take my pants off and show my little Khalif Raymond tattoo on my bottom if that's what you're going. I'm not doing it.
OnlyFans here, Detroit Done 313 version. Maybe, I was gonna say maybe we'd get more subscribers if we'd start maybe showing some body parts or lose subscribers. I don't know. Right. But Khalif Raymond, yeah, he's a gadget guy, man. Like, he's not stretching the defense. He's not. We have a lot of guys that could do what he does. Amon St. Brown is an elite route runner. Jamison Williams is the speed guy. Sam Laporta is kind of supposed to be the safety blanket that works in the middle of the field. So what I need is someone on the outside who can make a play. That's what I need, and I think that's Tim Patrick.
Yeah, I agree, man. Buy that stock, guys. It's cheap.
You buy it for a penny and sell it for a nickel. Huge returns. Buy a lot of it to make some decent money. But William,
yeah,
what I'm buying is his stock's real low right now. Like, it's getting dragged through the mud, and I'm thinking while he's down and a lot of people are thinking he's out, I'm gonna buy, and by the end of the year, I'm probably gonna be raising some trophies, making some millions. Everybody hates Jared Goff right now. Everybody hates Jared Goff. And here's the thing. I just posted an episode on what was wrong with the offense. I don't know if you got a chance to watch that one yet or not, but
I'm looking forward to it, though.
There's some video clips. There was some evidence. I said, hey, here's some issues that Ben Johnson's just not helping Jared Goff. And there's some instances where Jared Goff's not helping himself.
Yeah.
We are in week 2. Mm-hmm. People calling for Hendon Hooker. Well, I got to tell you a crazy story. I was on Twitter, and I saw someone tweet out. We're not going to spin this into an episode, but I saw someone tweet out that we should trade Hendon Hooker and a third round pick for Bryce Young. I'm done with Twitter for the night. All right. So that's where we are. So that's how people are feeling about Jared Goff. Okay.
Mm,
In the future of the Detroit Lions. Are we forgetting who got us to the NFC Championship game last year? It wasn't a lockdown defense. It was Jared Goff. Okay. The one guy in the NFC Championship game who doesn't take any blame. He played a good game and a lot of things went wrong. By the end of the season, Jared Goff is going to have the biggest fan base. All right. Buy the stock, sell it super high later on down the year when we're cashing in Lombardi trophies.
yeah. Listen, I don't know that I'm buying his stock on my end. I will say that. Definitely not buying his stock. I don't think that his stock is low enough yet for me to purchase it. I think that if he keeps playing the way that he's playing,
Did you miss my story about Bryce Young when
I did. I did. That's an individual football issue right there. I don't even know what's wrong with that person, but I just think across the board, while a lot of people are upset with JG, there's still a lot of people that love him to death. Me personally, falling somewhere in the middle of that. I won't say that I absolutely. I'm not one of the ones that are leading the Jared Goff chance, but I'm definitely participating in them. I'll tell you that. So I don't think that he's the best quarterback in the world. I think that he needs certain things to be around him for him to be successful. But I'm also not Cam Newton calling him a what was the word? A game manager. Yeah, I'm not calling him that either. He's got some game. He does some good things. Um, he's better than most. I would say he's a really good quarterback. It's not great. There's guys like Patrick Mahomes. He's not in that class, but just below it. I'm thankful he's our quarterback because we could do a lot worse. But I will say he does need to play better. And that's as far as I go. And I don't know. I'm not one of those guys that are calling for Hendon Hooker by any means, but I do believe that Hendon Hooker's ceiling is potentially higher than Jared Goff's ceiling. Now, does that mean he's going to meet his ceiling? Absolutely not. Does that mean he's going to ever be better than JG? Absolutely not. But when I look at the tools, and by tools, I don't just mean his feet. I feel like that's the first thing that people go to is his feet. The dude's got a rocket launcher, man. He's got a rocket launcher. So, I don't know. We'll see. Right now, Jared Goff's our quarterback, and I'm not buying the stock, man. But I'm not selling it either. I'm going to hold on to it.
So you've already bought it, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I bought the stock. I got it. I'm not buying more shares, but I'm keeping the shares that I got.
Buying all the shares, buying all of them. All right. Well, now the other thing with the stock market is maybe you've made some money right now. Maybe you're sitting at you've made a few bucks, a nice little nest egg, and you think this stock is going to come crashing down. I better get rid of it while it's hot. Who are you selling?
Ooh, stock that I would be selling right now.
Yeah, you're done. You're cashing out.
Listen, before I answer this question, I'm going to make you promise not to post my address on Twitter.
No promises. No promises.
Because listen, I know people are upset with him right now, but I know he's got some loyal followers. But I'm selling this thing as fast as I can sell it. I'm selling Ben Johnson's stock right now. I'm cashing it in before this thing hits zero. It is that stock right now is like this. Actually, my financial guy just called me and was like, "Hey, man, it's time to get out. It's time to get out, man, for that thing hits rock bottom." Now, because maybe it goes back up, but I think it goes back up and then it just levels off like, hey, this is what he was supposed to be doing the whole time. So even if he does do well, people aren't going to be like, oh my gosh, it's the best thing since sliced bread. Listen, I look at this stock and I think about it, and I mentioned it in our post-game show. His stock has his company has everything that a company needs to be successful. It's got weapons all over this company. Like he's got guys that'll work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They should be producing. And for whatever reason, this company is just not selling any goods. They're not making any money. This thing is not profitable right now. And for a company that should be profitable, I just don't understand it. So I feel like if you're an OC, you should be just if you had to take and just have a dream world, what would you say? I want two of the best running backs in the NFL. I want a receiver that can take the roof off of the whole place at any given time. I want a possession receiver that can also offer me big plays, toughness, and grittiness, and be a team leader. I'm gonna need a tight end as well. That could be, I don't know, maybe the top of the league, definitely top three. Yeah. Oh, could I also get the best offensive line in the whole entire league as well? I feel like if you asked a GM for that, they would be like, listen, man, you got to be realistic. Like, we can't just do stuff like on Madden and just get you all of the good players. And then, like, it's not realistic. So, but these are the cards that Ben Johnson is playing with right now. And he, for some reason, he's not winning the pot. I don't understand it. I'm selling the stock as quick as I can. Steve, are you picking up the shares or are you selling yours as well?
I'm going to hold because it goes hand in hand with Jared Goff. All right. This offense is going to be fine. It's been a rough couple weeks. It's not sexy. Doesn't look good. We managed to steal a game from the Rams. All right. At this point of the season last year, just like Aiden Hutchinson said, we were 1-1. We lost to Seattle in week 2. I mean, we will be okay. All right. We had a big win last year against Kansas City. Went home, lost to Seattle. We're in the same boat we were in last year. All of our goals, all of our things we want to accomplish are still directly in front of us. Like nothing's changing. So I'm not selling. I'm not buying. I'm going to hold and I'm going to see what happens in the future. When we get to week 17, I'm either taking a loss or I'm taking a massive gain, William.
Well, I'll tell you this. I love you to death and you'll always have a place to stay. But you're about to lose a lot of money. And here's why I say that. In the NFL, in sports, I believe in, I say it all the time. If you guys are religious watchers of our show, you know, I believe in bodies of work. He gave us a whole season of not scoring points in third quarters and really second halves, a whole season. This isn't something that's new. This is something that's what they call a trend. And this trend that my financial guy is following is letting me know that I need to get the heck out and get the heck out now. I think that this is a train wreck that is going to be just okay. We'll get by. When you got 87 weapons, you should get by. You shouldn't just be getting by, you should be thriving. But this company isn't thriving. I don't think that it ever is going to thrive by this offense. I don't think that it's going to be doing the things that I would expect that it would be doing. And by that I mean putting up 35 40 points a football game. Like I seen the Dallas Cowboys last year, they were averaging crazy amounts of points at home. There is no reason why this team should not be lighting up the scoreboard. There is no reason why Brad Holmes promised to me that I would be seeing Jahmyr Gibbs at slot receiver, and I have yet to see it. There is no reason why Sam Laporta is not getting targets. He is not the focal point on some of these dropbacks. I don't understand what's going on, but I can point out problem after problem after problem, and it's not just me. It is all of the football guys that I'm seeing talking about these Detroit Lions. This offense currently is unacceptable. It's been unacceptable. I don't understand why people were calling for AG to get fired, but I don't hear anybody calling for Ben to get the axe here because he shouldn't be getting the axe yet. I don't believe that he should be getting the axe yet, but I don't understand why it's almost blasphemy to have the conversation. This dude should be feeling a little bit of heat. He should be feeling a
Let me
little
ask
bit
you a
of pressure.
question because you said
Talk to
heat. You said heat, and I was waiting for a keyword, and that's one of them.
me.
Another offensive performance against Arizona is the seat in Detroit getting hot for Ben Johnson.
It should. It should. And look at that. The seat is so it's been so hot for Aaron Glenn. You almost said Aaron Glenn.
How hot is it going to be on a scale of 1 to 10?
Listen, it's scorching hot for me right now.
Really?
It is, man. It's scorching hot for me right now because number one, I believe in Tanner Inkstrand. That's number one. I believe in Tanner Inkstrand. A lot of the things and the concepts that we've done the last 2 years have been linked to Tanner Inkstrand. So that's one thing that I believe in. That's one. Two, I also believe that the NFL is an adjustment league. Over the years, you see these guys, they come up with this new stuff. They start doing these cool things because they're a new kid on the block. But there's only so many Andy Reeds. There's only so many guys that can do the gadget stuff, the innovative stuff for just year after year after year. They're coming up with something new or they're switching it up. Most of these guys, they're hot for a minute, they get a head coaching job, and then they disappear. That's what there's only so many greats out there. So will Ben be a great? I hope that he is, but I'm buying stock that he isn't. Now, does that mean that our season is going to be bad? No, because you got weapons everywhere. But does that mean that we might be inking out some wins by scoring 21, 24? Of course, we're going to have some explosive games here and there, but I don't believe that this offense under Ben is going to be an offense that just lights up the scoreboard week in and week out. And I believe that because that's what the trend tells me.
First and foremost, William, I haven't taken a loss since 1988. Let's just get that out in the year, okay? I don't take losses.
I appreciate that.
In fantasy football, I mean, you should know. Yeah, you should know this past week, but conversation for another day. William, I don't know what I'm selling. Are you going to make me sell something?
You should sell Ben.
I'm gonna be a businessman, and I'm gonna sell you an idea. I'm gonna sell these Detroit Denonites an idea of the future. The Detroit Lions will go back to old school Detroit Lions. We will start running the football more. We will start utilizing our monster running back, David Montgomery, and pounding the ball when we get inside the 10.
Yeah.
You didn't see my episode earlier, but I'm just going to kind of piggyback off what I said earlier. Jamal Williams, a couple years ago for the Detroit Lions, broke Barry Sanders' touchdown record. Okay. He didn't light the world on fire with yards. He got those touchdowns in the red zone. We need to go back to that. And until teams stop that, and let me paint a picture for you. I texted you, or maybe we talked about it, I can't remember. I said there's our first real drive on Sunday after the Jared Goff interception when we got the ball back the second time. We got the ball inside the 5-yard line. Let's call it the 4. Okay. On 3rd and 4, if you're telling me that David Montgomery cannot line up and pound the ball right up Frank Ragnow's rear end and get me a touchdown in 2 plays, we have a problem. I am going to run David Montgomery inside the 5 on first down 4 times. You are not going to stop me 4 times with this offensive line. We need to go back to running the ball, plain and simple. And what I don't like and what I see is when we use Jahmyr Gibbs, it's kind of like, oh, hey, my defense can adjust. I know they're going to try to get the ball outside. They're going to try a screen, a swing. They're going to try something. Oh, David Montgomery's in. He's going to run the ball right up the middle. This goes back to Ben Johnson. It's too predictable. This is the NFL. Todd Bowles, you gave him a lot of credit last week, and he knew exactly what was coming when these running backs came in. The difference is we get inside the 5, inside the 10, you got to stop it. We didn't have Vita Vea on the other side. We didn't have Kalijah Kancey. I would have been running that ball down those defensive tackles' throats behind Kevin Zeitler, a human people mover, Frank Ragnow, the best center in the game, and Graham Glasgow, Pro Bowler. I don't understand what we were doing. I really don't, William. I'm selling you an idea, guys. It's going to change. It has to change. That has been our identity for the past 3-4 years. Got to get back to it.
I'll tell you this. I hope you're right. I hope you're right, because what I like about football is when guys that are way smarter than me, they describe it as a very easy game. And I'm talking about like the Bill Belichick's, the wizards of this game, man. And the first thing that you want to do as a football team is it's a two-headed monster. I want to run the ball and I want to stop the run. Those are the first 2 things that I want to do. So if I was an OC and I had the best offensive line in football and I had 2 great running backs, I would run the football. And I would run the football in a way that forced you to commit to stopping me from running the football. And when you committed me to stop, or when you committed to stopping me from running the football, I would throw the ball around. But I feel like as I watch the games unfold, that's not what we're getting. We're not getting situations to where we're just running the football at them. Like we saw it in the overtime of week 1, but just over the course of the last couple of seasons, the beginning of this season and last season, I don't get the feeling that our offense matches our team. By matches our team, I mean our offense matches Dan Campbell. It matches tough and gritty. A lot of times we're a little bit more finesse. And when I want to see the finesse in moments, and then I can call it wizardry. Like when we've just pounded a rock at you and then hit you with play action and had big play after big play, and then we choose to do something cool or some type of misdirection into round, whatever, some type of cool play. Sione Vaki's doing something cool, whatever. That's when it gets fun. That's when it gets cool. But it's got to be started by dominance. We're not dominating the line of scrimmage, running the ball downhill, and then doing what we want after that. We are putting ourselves into situations to where we got to make tough third down plays. We got to go for it on 4th and 12. Like we got to do things that ultimately don't wind up in winning football. So, Ben, run the darn ball. Use the great offensive line that you have to establish a run game, to establish dominance, and just win football games the easy way. Don't, and you said this, I gotta give you this because you said this. I'm taking this from you. Don't try to prove that you're a genius. Just go out, coach the game the right way, take care of business, and let's go win a Super Bowl.
My last thing, William, is Jared Goff's stats, and I'm not even talking his stats. Sunday's game, at no point did. Let me ask you first. As Sunday's game, did you ever feel like there was a moment where we were out of it?
I felt like it was going to be an easy win.
Okay. Even like
And by
throughout
that,
the
I
game.
mean, yeah, I thought that we were in control of the game. Even when once we were down 4 with the opportunity to go win, I was like, we're about to go win this game. We're just a better team. Then when we didn't score, but then we got the second opportunity, I was like, man, Tampa Bay messed up. You can't let us get 2 opportunities. This offense is too good. We'll turn it up. We'll go get it done. And then we didn't.
All right. So I felt the same. At no point did I say, man, this game's over. Like it's out of reach. There's just no way we can come back. Like, the clock might be against us, but, we got 3 timeouts. We had chances. Throughout the whole game, when I look at Jared Goff's stats, and I don't care about yards, I don't care about completions, I don't care about turnovers. Why was he throwing the ball 55 times and we only ran the ball 24? Those numbers, you're telling me that Jared Goff had to throw twice as much as we had to run with the game, and it was ugly, but it wasn't, the score was never out of hand. 24 to 55. We should have ran the ball at a very least 35 times, 40 maybe. And that's a lot of carries for Jahmyr Gibbs, lots of 20 carries for Montgomery. We could have even thrown Sione Vaki in there. Like, he's a nice slasher. And I'm not saying, oh, if Sione Vaki plays, we would have won. We should have spread out our ratio of pass to run. 55 passes is not what Jared Goff's designed to do. We should have ran the ball a lot more. It was never out of hand. It was never like, oh man, we're down 3 scores. We have to abandon the run. We have to start passing the football. So that's kind of my final argument there, William.
I agree with it, man. And I think that the only thing that I could have said that could have made us throw the ball 50 times is if Vita Vea and Kalijah Kancey were out there. Kalijah Kancey started the game not out there. Vita left. After Vita was gone, you should have seen nothing for the rest of the game but David Montgomery running through that defense.
Like Michigan did to Penn State last year in the second half. Just nonstop run. Stop it. Come here and stop it. I'm just going to pound it north and south. No sweeps, no options, no flicks, no tosses. Just turn around, hand the ball off. David Montgomery, get me 5-6 yards of carry.
Yep.
End of story. Guys, again, looking for names for this segment. We're going to be doing this every week. Stock, whatever you guys want to call it. Leave some ideas down there for us in the comments. Stick around, hit that like button. We'll be back tomorrow with another show.
Peace.